There are murder cases that remain unsolved for decades. There are crimes where evidence disappears, witnesses lie, and killers walk free. But there is one case in American history that terrifies investigators to this day, because the key witness was already dead. A young woman was found lifeless at the bottom of her stairs. The doctor ruled it an accident. The town mourned. The husband played the role of the grieving widower perfectly. But 4 nights later, her mother claimed the girl returned, standing at the foot of her bed, and described in chilling detail how her neck was snapped. What she said matched the autopsy. Exactly. If you're listening to this at night, don't turn around yet. Welcome back to The Story in the Dark, where true cases are sometimes more terrifying than fiction. If you enjoy real, haunted case files, dark investigations, and courtroom horrors, like this video and subscribe. Because near the end of this story, an entire courtroom falls silent when a mother repeats the words of her dead daughter, and the defense attorney realizes he just destroyed his own case. Exactly. If you're listening to this at night, don't turn around yet. Part 1. A Valley That Doesn't Like to Be Disturbed. In the late 1800s, the Greenbrier Valley was quiet, the kind of quiet that feels heavy. Small wooden homes, dirt roads, cold morning fog that sits low and refuses to move. Locals used to say, "If something evil happens here, it doesn't arrive loudly, it seeps in." Zona was known as gentle, soft-spoken, kind, but her mother often said something strange. That girl will not die peacefully. She never explained why, but every time she said it, she looked afraid, as if she had already seen the shadow waiting at the end of her daughter's path. Part 2. The Man with a Smile That Didn't Reach His Eyes. Then he arrived, a blacksmith, tall, strong, polite voice, confident posture. Everyone thought he seemed respectable, but several people later recalled one disturbing detail. When he smiled, his eyes did not. It was a practiced smile, a worn mask. He pursued Zona aggressively, gifts, compliments, constant presence. It happened fast, too fast. Weeks later, they were married. No grand celebration, no joyful energy. One witness later said, "She looked like someone being led away, not someone walking toward happiness." Part 3. The House Where Sound Disappeared. After the wedding, Zona moved into his home, and then she vanished from daily life. No more walks, no more songs, no more visits. If anyone came by, he answered the door. Never her. She's resting. She's not well. She's busy. Once, a neighbor heard something crash inside the house, then a muffled cry, then total silence. Another woman once asked Zona quietly outside, "Are you all right?" Zona hesitated, looked toward the house, and forced a weak smile. The smile of someone asking for help, without daring to speak. Part 4. The Mourning of the Body. One freezing morning, a young boy arrived to run an errand. The door was unlocked. The house was too quiet. He called out. No answer. At the bottom of the stairs, she lay there. Her body was too neatly arranged, hands folded, head tilted at a strange angle. Her eyes were open, not blank, but fixed, as if still looking at something at the top of the stairs. The boy ran outside, screaming. People gathered. Then the husband returned, and everything changed. Part 5. The husband who controlled the body. He wouldn't let anyone touch her. He carried her himself, dressed her himself. He chose a high-neck dress, wrapped a thick scarf tightly around her throat. When the doctor arrived, the husband stayed near the head, constantly interrupting, blocking, hovering. The examination was rushed. Conclusion: likely an accident, possible fall. Case closed. Truth buried. Part 6. The funeral and the strange behavior. At the funeral, he never left the coffin. Anyone who stepped close, he moved closer. He placed pillows around her neck inside the casket, adjusted the scarf again and again, like he was guarding a secret. Her mother watched, trembling. Not from grief, from realization. She tried to see her daughter's neck, but saw only fabric. And she later swore she heard a faint cracking sound in her memory, like a bone being twisted. Part 7. 4 nights of visitation. That night, the mother washed the scarf. The water turned red, dark red, not rust, not dye, red. Near midnight, she heard footsteps on the wooden floor, slow, bare, dragging slightly. She opened her eyes. Zona stood at the foot of the bed, not transparent, not misty, solid, but pale and terribly still. She spoke. "Mother, he killed me." The room felt cold. Zona raised her hands to her neck and described everything. His anger, his grip, the pressure, the twist. Crack. Second night, she returned again. The lamp went out without wind. "My neck hurts." And she turned her head slightly, too far, like a broken doll. Third night, she pointed at the scarf. "He covered it. He didn't want them to see." Fourth night, she said, "If you stay silent, I cannot rest. If you speak, I can leave." Her mother promised. Zona's face softened. "Thank you." And she was gone. Part 8. Exhumation. The mother went to the prosecutor. They thought she was mad with grief. She said one sentence: "Check her neck." They exhumed the body. The neck told the truth. The injury did not match a fall. It showed violent trauma. The husband was arrested. Part 9. The courtroom error. The defense attorney mocked the ghost story. He thought it would make the mother look foolish. He asked her to repeat everything in court. She did. Calm, precise, unshaken. Every detail matched medical findings. The courtroom grew silent. One observer later said, "It felt like someone else was standing behind her while she spoke." The jury needed little time. Guilty. Part 10. The end. Or not. He died in prison under strange circumstances. A fall, a broken neck. Some said accident, some said karma. But the real horror is this. If the mother had ignored those nights, would the truth have stayed buried forever? And if one dead woman could return to speak, how many others are still trying? If you want more real haunted case files like this, comment which case we should cover next. Like and subscribe for more dark stories. And tonight, if you hear footsteps in your hallway, don't open your eyes too quickly. Sleep well, if you can.